All right, guys, I'd like to help you out as much as I can from time to time. Today, I'm going to share with you how you can make an extra $1,000 in just 1 month. It's really easy. It's a no-brainer. It just takes a little bit of time on your part, a couple hours a week, and you don't really have to do much of anything at all. Now, I've talked about this briefly in another video, but the stakes are higher in this one, and it's for a very limited time, so you need to pay attention very carefully and act on it as quickly as you can, okay? I'm talking about donating plasma to Biolife. Now, in the previous video I talked about how you could make up to like an extra $500 a month. But this is a sweeter deal than anything I've ever seen there. And it's been going on for some time. I'm making this video late in the game. I think I just had so much going on in my life that I have just not thought to make a video about it. And I'm kind of beating myself up about it because a lot of you could have benefited from it greatly. And you still can, which is why I'm imploring you to make good on this as soon as you hear it. Now, what the deal is if you decide that would be willing to donate plasma to Biolife, which is not hard, you'll make $1,000 your first month. Okay? Now, you might ask, well, what is donating plasma about? Well, it's about saving lives for people who have rare diseases. Plasma is always in high demand. It's a process that is quite intricate, quite interesting, and it's absolutely necessary. And so there are institutions out there that have incentivized programs to kind of compel you to come through their doors. It's worth it to them. Now, some may say, well, I'm just interested in saving lives, and that's fine. That's good. But the money is also good too. You know, they want everybody to win here. And I've been donating plasma for like the last more than a year and a half, not quite 2 years. And I've used the money I've made there to pay off a lot of bills. I'm I'm just one bill away from being debt free, except for a mortgage. But I've used it to buy gifts. When Christmas came around, it made it really easy to buy purchase nice things for Christmas and for birthdays without going broke. And it's always nice to have that cushion there. It was one of the first times in my life I had a financial cushion that I didn't touch. And what I did was I just started accruing money with Biolife and not touching it. It's one of the fastest, easiest, and best ways to make money, because it's not just you who's benefiting from it. It's people who really, really need it even more than you do. Okay, so you want to get involved in this. Okay, if I wasn't doing it myself, I wouldn't be trying to get you talked into it. So it's really easy. It's like giving blood. It's very similar to giving blood. It's just a little bit longer process. When you go into Biolife, if it's not a busy day, if it's not a busy season, which right now is kind of busy because of this offer. The longest I've been, I go to a very busy Biolife, and it sometimes takes me 2 hours to get in the door and out the door. Okay, but that's twice a week. That's just twice a week. You know, for an extra $250 a week, do you think you could manage 4 hours? Probably at the longest. Okay, that's the longest I've ever been in. The shortest I think I've ever been in and out of Biolife is maybe 45 minutes, but usually around an hour. Okay, so that's the time. Those are the time constraints we're talking about here. That's all it's going to be required of you. Now, when you go into Biolife, and you'll be screened, you'll be given a physical, and they'll talk to you briefly about what the process is like and see if you qualify. There's a few things that may disqualify you, some health issues and so on and so forth, but they get into all that, and they're much more adept at talking about that than I am. But you might want to know, how do I get started with Biolife? Well, I'm going to put a link in the description below, okay? And it's going to take you right to their website. And another thing you can do is you can turn on your location on your phone, and you can Google Biolife near me. And then that's a real good way of finding the closest place to you where you can start getting involved and start making some money for yourself and essentially be somebody who helps save lives. So let's talk about the steps here. I would suggest downloading their app. There's a BioLife app. It's real easy. You set up an account. They'll give you a coupon code. You can even set up your first appointment for your physical and for your discussion with them. You can set it up right up there on the app. They have a lot of times to choose from. You go in at that appointed time. You show them your coupon, and they'll give you your physical. They'll do your screening. They'll take you back for your first donation, and before you even walk out, they will give you a BioLife debit card. I'm covering my numbers, okay? But they give you this BioLife card, and you have money the first time you walk out. They give it to you in, they don't split it up evenly for every donation, but you do walk out with money the first time, and it's amazing how fast it builds. It's better than having a part-time job, I can tell you that. It really has been a nice supplement to my income. And another thing is this is tax-free. Tax-free. So that's always a bonus too. People ask me all the time, is it tax-free? Absolutely. So you don't have to worry about that at all. So it's really nice. It's a MasterCard debit card. And so that's the way you get started with that. You just get on the app, set your appointment, go in, you take a screenshot of the coupon that's offered to you when you set up your account. You show it to when you go in, you can start on your first month. Now, after your first month, you won't make $1,000, but you'll make a different amount. You know, it could be anywhere from $360 to $500 depending, because they always have different programs. The highest level they have is platinum, and you make in your first donation of the week, you make $30, and then you make $60 in the next one, I believe. But they're always offering specials where they'll add more to that. And so there are times I've made more like $500 a month for just a couple hours a week. And you donate twice. You just pick out 2 different days you want to donate. They can't be back to back. And you go in on those appointed days, and you set up your own time, and you go at your own convenience, your own leisure, and you don't really do anything. You just answer a few questions on their computer to screen you in, and you wait in line. They take your blood. They check different levels for different things. I'm not equipped to be able to talk about that. I'm not good at that, but I do it twice a week. And then you go and you lay in this bed. It's a real comfortable bed, and it's not a flat bed. It's like one of those curvy ones, you know, real comfortable. I wish I had one at home. And you just let them stick you, and then they separate the blood from the plasma, and there you go. Now, the question that usually comes up is, does it hurt? Well, it really depends. Depends on what your level, how you experience pain. Some people are very squeamish. It's more psychological than anything else. I do see people get wigged out there from time to time. That's not normal. That's not normal. But people, if you have a real problem with needles or the sight of blood or anything like that, this is probably not for you. Okay, so what you want to do is decide whether you're going to be okay with that. But apparently a lot of people are, because I see slews of people, and the worst that I feel is either like a pinch or sometimes not much of anything at all. So it's just, I can't make promises for everybody. It's just, different people experience it different ways. But I will tell you that I think a lot of it is psychological to people. But it's the best way to make some extra cash, and $1,000. How can you beat that in the first month? I will tell you, as a new donor, if you refer somebody, in other words, if you tell somebody else to go to Biolife because of what you got involved with, I believe you'll make $200 per person. $200. Okay? And if I'm wrong about that, forgive me, but I do believe that's still what it is. It's like $200 if you're a new donor. Like for me, who's a regular donor, I think it's like $100 right now. Under normal circumstances, I'd make $50 for every referral, and I think you would too. Okay, I know there's a guy that came into Biolife one day. He had 3 referrals in one day under this program, and he was a new donor, and he made $600 in one day just off of 3 people coming in because he told him so. Me, I wish I was more. I wish I was more active in promoting this, and I need to be on the ball about that. But there's another guy who told me he made $40,000 extra in a year because he referred so many people. I found that hard to believe, but somebody who worked there told me yes, that's very possible. So I need to get on the ball about that. But here's what you do: when you go and you sign up, you're gonna sit in front of somebody who screens you, and they're gonna ask you who referred you. Okay, do me a favor. Do me a favor, since I turned you on to this. Just give them my name. Now, don't give them Greg Boswell. They don't recognize that. Gregory is my middle name, but Biolife knows me as David Boswell. Okay, they know me as David Boswell, and they're going to ask you where I donate. I am in Lakeland, Florida. Okay, so when they ask you about that, tell them David Boswell in Lakeland, Florida, and then everything will be all set up. And you can do the same thing. You can refer people and make sure you tell them the name that Biolife knows you under and where you donate, and you'll be good to go. So there's a lot of potential there, and so I just ask you to make good on it, because I think the rumors that are swirling, and I can't emphatically confirm this, but the rumors that are swirling is this ends like June 1st. I'm sure there'll be other programs, but this is like the big one. Okay, so look into that for yourself. Use me as your referral, and see the link below, and have fun with that, and just continue donating. There are people who donate for years and years, and it's just I haven't found anything that really beats it for a part-time way of earning some money, and it's tax-free. So don't forget that. Hey, if you like this shirt, I'll put a link for that down below too. So anyway, guys, thanks for taking the time to listen to me. I think if you take what I said to heart, you're going to benefit greatly from it. And I'll tell you one thing for sure is that other people with rare diseases, people who've been in tragic car accidents, and who are I've heard of all sorts of stories about why people need plasma. They're going to benefit even greater than you are. So think about that. It's one way of contributing. It's one way of giving back, and you get something in return. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know how it turned out for you. I'd be very interested in knowing. It's great to hear stories about that. So, all right, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.